that part.
To that end, you said you went in the house to make friends, and in the beginning of the show, the housemates that I was drawn to, as in visually on night one, were Onyeka and Sooj, right? So
Yeah.
when they weren't showing her and they were maybe showing you, I liked how you were with the Aces niggas, right? So I
Yeah.
saw you all as two YNs and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
big bro.
Yeah.
That's how I was seeing you all, right? So I like that. I like that masculine energy. I like the conversations that you all were having. Because I mean, I like a bit of toxicity. Do you get me? I don't want to watch Kumbaya. So some things that other people were upset about, to me, I was enjoying it. You know, all this, the girl's fine, who you going for? Me, I like that. So I was enjoying all that. Eh?
Yeah.
So I like that trio situation y'all were on.
Mm.
And it broke my heart a bit when that broke down.
Yeah.
Mm? How did you see that coming? And do you think in hindsight there was something you could have done to prevent it? Because it was such a vibe, right? I
Mm.
mean, for how boring the show was, and I was looking for things to be excited and interested in, that was
Mm.
one of the things I liked. So it was such a vibe. So how do you think you could have managed that situation better?
Let me ask you because I've never watched the show back. How did it look?
Mhm.
Because I actually don't know how it played out. What did it show and how did it break up?
Do you want me to be honest with you, Sean?
Yeah.
You're a bit of an agbaya to Suj, yeah?
Go on. Tell me how.
Just a bit, just a bit. I think that he he kind of cherished he kind of cherished the conversations y'all had. He cherished the kind of little escape from his usual
Mm-hmm.
that he got from talking to you. And he was very, you see, this nigga hardly talks in the house.
Yeah.
When he was with you, he was quite chatty. So you could tell that this is a relationship that he enjoyed, right?
Yeah.
With that whole Nelly situation, you know, you and him had already earlier spoken about her body,
Mm-hmm.
and he's given his opinion, you'd given yours,
Mm-hmm.
right? So he didn't like that situation came up again and that his name was in the mix. And you can appreciate that given that he was with the woman in question.
Yeah.
You know, so I think you might have just pulled him to the side and said, "My bad, bro. Like, I didn't really, I didn't really mean to do that. You know, it's not a big deal. I'll apologize to her and we'll just keep it moving," type thing. So
Mm.
from the way it looked to me, you didn't seem to appreciate the situation he was in at that time.
Mm.
And you didn't handle it the way you probably should have, given that, no disrespect to him, but in the house he was like your YN, right? So
Mm.
like that's what I'm trying to say.
So let me think about that because there's a different perspective that I haven't heard. I think maybe because of how it came across. Because I know if people watched it, I didn't actually. And by the way, Nelly's actually like me and Nelly are cool now. Like we're actually cool. And
She's a top babe. She's a top babe.
and sometimes I think about it. This is probably the one thing that still what's the word, the show,
Mm,
because I knew
mm,
when this conversation was going on in the house. When I remember I was in like the head of house lounge and we were talking about it, and I remember I said, "Oh, I can't believe that whatever whatever." It wasn't just, and it wasn't even really about her, to be honest. It didn't really have anything to do with her. It was more of him. So to be honest, you're probably right, because in that moment I was probably more clowning him, not
mhm,
clowning him as a person, but just more like, how do you believe? How can you believe that type of? Do you know what I mean, that's more clowning him
mhm,
than her. People, if people know me or whatever the case is, like whatever you're done, whatever you, I don't care. Like if you're attractive, you're attractive. That's not a negative to me.
mhm,
You know what I mean? People always talk about, oh yeah, Sean likes this, Sean likes that. Like, so if I like this, why would that be a
mhm,
negative? Do you know what I mean? So
mhm,
it was never a negative towards her at all. Of course, I can also understand that it maybe just even, in fact, that's something I learned, you know,
mhm.
that I learned that even just mentioning a woman's
Yes.
body part is, in this day and age, 2025,
Yeah.
is wrong. Fair enough. I think I've learned that. But I thought people
Mhm,
could probably, I was hoping people would be able to see that this is not even a negative to
mhm.
her, because that's not how it was meant to be. So when people kind of started saying that, oh, body shaming or whatever, I used to hear that. I was like, ah,
No, I didn't see it as body shaming, and I
actually,
personally don't think it's out of the realms of conversations that people naturally in their day to day. I mean, after all, it's not a sociology class. People in their day to day have all kinds of conversations, so I don't think that conversation was wrong in and of itself. I think it was the way he felt and the way you managed it that was just a bit. Do you
which
get
is a
me?
fair
That was
point.
just a bit.
Yeah, no one's actually told me that perspective, which I probably didn't regard his feelings as much as I probably should have. I should have
Yeah.
probably regarded his feelings much, but I think in that moment where, when you're being attacked,
Mm-hmm.
Now my guns are out, bro. I'm thinking, yo, nah, everybody, nah, I'm shooting you because I don't think I've done anything wrong. But obviously, having time to dwell on it, like,
Yeah.
because I definitely spoke to Nelly about it, and I blessed it with her, and I apologized to her. They didn't show that on the reunion though, but I apologized to her, and she's a sound girl for at least accepting my apology. Because me and Nelly
Yeah, she's a top babe. I like
we
that.
used to be like, it was Nelly and Wani that connected with at the beginning. This is all
Yeah.
pure,
We
genuine.
remember. We remember.
Do you know what I mean? Like genuine. This is just like on a. I've connected with you from talking.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was Nelly and Wani. So that even when our friendship ended, that hurt me because I was thinking, right, like
Mm.
this actually ended just because of this thing that I wasn't even trying to diss you. But I could also understand in hindsight, like as a
How you
woman
came across, right? Yeah.
or a person, especially if you're not necessarily like getting the context of the whole thing or whatever, it might just seem like you lot
Yes.
are just gossiping and why you lot gossiping about me type shit. Like you feel that type of
Mm-hmm.
way. So it's natural, like.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think maybe that's a point with the whole Swedish thing. Like maybe I didn't handle that as best as I should. But bear in mind, I didn't know he was a YN either. I thought we were all the same.
Actually, he thought you and them were the same age
Really?
as well. So yeah. So, no, that's me looking at it and understanding the dynamics, knowing that you were like a couple years older than them and seeing how that relationship played. So it's fair that you didn't know. I understand that from your perspective
So
a
maybe
bit
I
better now.
expected better, but like also looking back, I am older. I should probably handle it
Mhm.
better, but I tried. But
Mm.
I think we also I don't think they showed in the arena, but we blessed it. It's cool. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your people are telling me to let you go. So I have one more
no,
question for you. Would you do it again?
well, that it just depends on context. To be honest, so if
The show. Would you do the show again?
yeah, I'm saying it depends on the context of how I'm doing the show. That's really what will determine if I'm doing it. If it's something like an all-star thing, maybe.
Mm,
Yeah, I
yeah, I
mean,
think you banging an all star because
but
you're calculative and they need
yeah,
that.
but
They
yeah,
need that
maybe
for
it
sure.
depends what type of show they're trying to do and all that type of stuff. Maybe,
Yeah.
possibly, and it also
Yeah.
if depends on how fucking successful I am as well. Like if I'm a millionaire, like maybe I might be like,
You
fuck
didn't
this,
need
man.
to. You didn't need to. So no, but before we let you go, I just want you to just tell us something that you're doing that we should be looking forward to. Plug anything you want to plug, yeah.
I don't even want to plug. If anybody's
Mm,
interested in looking for me, you know where to find me. I don't want to plug anything. Y'all niggas don't
that's
care.
true.
Don't care.
No,
If
listen,
you
I care. I care because you're the first person to grace this new show that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have in-depth conversations with the housemates that's not around
okay,
stand shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hoping to sanitize this space a bit
Yeah, your
more.
your your space is a bit dirty. Dirty
Yeah.
still.
No, but was this a bad
No.
conversation?
That's a you for you. Like if you're having a
Mm.
conversation with these people, I would recommend it. But if it's anybody else, I can't speak for them. You get me? And also, I don't know if anybody is sharp enough to be able to maneuver around questions and answer certain things or whatever the case is. But like I said, for you, I
No, you.
I see your 404 room. You built a nice community. It's good. Sometimes it's a bit biased, but it's fine. It's a community. My community
Mhm.
probably is biased. Everybody's community is biased, so
For
it's
sure.
natural.
For
You
sure,
know,
for sure.
and you're doing your thing. Like hopefully, maybe you get bigger guests, and I hope I set the tone for people who to kind of like try, maybe give it up as much as they can. And
Yeah.
maybe you might have a talk show one day. Who knows?
You know, you never know. You never know. But no, this is beautiful. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation and being a dope guest. Like you were very open, very forthright, just like I knew you would be. That's what I like about you. You're forthright. You know what? My tongue is heavy. I'm tired. So no, I'm really appreciative and shout out to my boy who hooked this whole thing up. And shout out to
Yeah.
you. I'm gonna, keep an eye on you. I followed you on Instagram the other day. I was like, yeah, he's giving us some looks. Let me see what he's doing.
All right, man. We cooking, man. We cooking.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry. It's
I
a
look
marathon,
forward to
not a
seeing it.
sprint. So 5 years from now, you'll be like, oh, I remember when Sean.
For
Oh, yeah,
sure. For
yeah,
sure,
you
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying.
Oh, Oh, my friend is coming too late to ask you a question. Bolera, you're too late. We have to let him go. Our mutual friend says he needs to go, so I'm so sorry, darling. But thank you. Thank you so much, Shaun. I really do appreciate this. And I hope that when you have something launching or whatever, you give me a holler. We can talk about it. No, no, no worries. All
No
right.
problem. I wish
All
you all
right.
the best as well.
Thank you so much. Take care. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And
Man.
hopefully, we have another conversation like this. Take care of yourself and each other. Peace.
Thank you, Shaun. Bye.